Would you buy packaged food if there was no expiry dates? That's the question behind a new study by Dalhousie University in eliminating food waste in Canada. Guess who's been going through this?
Who? Tell me.
Scott Peterson.
Oh, that's right. That's
and
right.
there he is. I always love to get a laugh out of you first thing in the morning. So, Scott, let's start with how many people are comfortable with getting rid of expiry dates on food. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how high this number. 27% of Canadians say that they're comfortable with getting rid of expiry dates. And this is a study that's prompted this idea by Dalhousie University, Angus, Reid, and they've gone to this, and the expiry date is not necessarily, it's a quality issue only. It's not a safety issue. In fact, food safety in Canada is among the highest in the whole world. And so this is an interesting thing that a grocery chain that groceries put this up as far as the best before date. Long story short, it's not necessarily a health issue at all, but it's a comfortable guideline that a lot of Canadians will follow. For example, let me ask you this, Hannah.
Okay.
Have you ever bought a produce with a no best before date? A produce could be any kind of grocery item.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, then you're within 66% that said that they would do it. So you're part of the 44% that wouldn't, and it gets harder here.
Okay.
Would you buy bread or bakery product that if it was expired?
Yeah, if there's no mold on it and you get a little discount, sure, why not? Food's expensive.
And that's part of the reason, the motivation for the study. You're within 44% saying the same thing. Also, would you be willing to buy a pre-prepared food with no expiry date?
Yes.
33% say the same thing. And now this gets a little bit tricky. How would you be willing to buy meat with no expiry date?
Probably not.
Yeah, only 21% said that they would. And the smallest category, dairy. Any chance you would do that?
Probably not. Although I do the sniff test on my milk when the...
I did it just the other morning, and it was I think
I did too.
I had to throw it out. But only 15% say with dairy. So this is a particular item. And so a lot of people pay very close attention to this. And this is as a result as well. There's a UK grocery chains that are trying to eliminate best before date because the idea of food waste is so significant in the UK and around the world. And we've seen food inflation as well spiking up. And this is why this survey is all the more important this morning, Hannah.
With the milk, though, don't you sniff it yourself and then ask someone else to say, hey, does that smell bad to you?
I won't do that. I will do a taste test and then go from that to see if it's sour.
And if it's chunky, then it's time to let it go?
Chunky, it's time to walk away, actually.
Okay. How big of a problem is food waste in Canada, Scott?
It's huge. 63% of the food that is thrown out is in fact safe and edible. And this is a survey by the National Zero Waste Council, and they say that food waste totals about $1,300 per household. That works out to about $20 billion of food waste every year, or about 2.3 million tons. And certainly in light of decades high food inflation, this is more significant. Are these best by dates really necessary, and is there more flexibility than Canadians are at this point now giving them?
Maybe we could call them suggestions.
We could do that, but still a lot of people would probably follow the rules still.